We have a trader who owes Robinhood more than $5 million. Someone turned $40k into $400,000 in less than 4 months, and we have a trader who lost 12 years of his savings in just a year. But we're starting off with an insane loss by Interaction Fund 5368. He needs help as Robinhood says he needs to deposit $4.4 million. Apparently, his account is currently in a concentrated maintenance call, and he needs to deposit $4,417,455.35 or sell off some of his positions to cover his call. So it all started when he was going to trade credit spreads on the SPY last week, which means buying and selling the same type of options, for example a call, with the same expiration date and different striking prices. He started off with 32k and was selling puts on DWAG for a couple of weeks, and that was gaining him about $500 to $1,000 per week. He then started selling puts on the SPY and realized he could do an iron condor, which is a strategy where you make maximum profit when the asset closes between striking prices at expiration, and sell credit spreads on calls as well. He sold spreads $1 apart in strike and put up $100 in collateral for each iron condor chain. On Tuesday he had an iron condor which closed out of the money on both sides, but Robinhood still closed his position for a loss of 9k before expiration, right when he was due to collect all premium. He let this go because he realized it was an oversight on his part to not realize Robinhood would close them out. On Wednesday he made back 25k. On Thursday the S&P dropped and his spreads became deep in the money. At this point he was only selling put credit spreads, no longer doing iron condors. By end of the day his account dropped below 25k, so he deposited an additional 10k. On Friday he received a notification that because his account dropped below 25k on Thursday, his instant deposit limit was reduced from 25k to 10k. He started rolling his spreads from December the 16th to December the 23rd for either 0 credit or 0.2 debit. Midway through this, they put a restriction on his account and did not let him trade until he closed out his spreads with an expiration date on December the 16th and accepted the loss of collateral, rather than roll the positions. He spent hours on chat support, then he sold his position and cleared up the call. Today, after market, he received this email stating he needs to deposit $4.4 million or close all of his positions by December the 20th, when his deposit from last week clears on their end on December the 21st. His app says he's only in deficit of $776 and he doesn't know how he's in deficit at all. All of his positions are covered and nothing has been exercised, and we can see that he still owns SPY calls and credit spreads and DWAG puts. And the insanity of this story doesn't even end here. He later got a notification that his account is in deficit of $5,215,673.35, and the weirdest part about it is that he only used his own money and was not on margin at all. Damn, this whole thing is just messed up, and I hope he somehow resolves the issue and doesn't do anything too stupid. And as always, people in the comments provided some amazing advice. Borrow from another bank to cover, then borrow from another to pay the other bank off. Do this enough and the government will step in and bail you out. It's the one weird trick they do not want you to know. Someone themselves or something like this that turned out to be a glitch. Was a pretty big story. If it's a glitch, sue the balls off of them for the stress it caused. Then gamble the settlement on more options. Next up we have a huge gain by Critter411. 3 years buying regular shares, no options. He took 50k to buy a house and 15k for down payment on his Tesla. Anyway, his initial investment was 25k, which he got all the way up to $118,335.58. Then he took out 65k and then his account value slowly decreased to 42k. And he made so much money because he bought NEO at $15 and sold almost at its peak around $50. Carnival was awesome for him, and he's still holding Red, White and Bloom, on which he's down by 86%. And we can also see that in 2020 he bought BJRI for around $2,000, which he sold a year later for around $20,000. And he just put 20k in Amazon. Huge respects to him for making some nice gains without playing with options. And here we have a trader who played with options and lost a lot of money, by the name of Abject Resolution. He has lost over 75k on options this year, and here is how much he's down on stocks. As of December the 19th, he's down by 88% or $64,305.32, and his account is worth around 8.6k. A lot of his positions are under $500 million in market cap, so he can't post stickers. But some of these positions were pumped up by a certain influencer. And the worst part about it is that all the money he lost in the past year, he worked for and saved for 12 years. And he isn't selling, so he might have a chance to make a comeback or lose even more. And he lost 75k on options due to weeklies and emotion. So you've mastered the art of buying high. I see this as an absolute win. Just hit sell or short next time instead of buy. You're a genius, you just don't know it yet. Next up we have another huge loss by China of Need, who's asking what he should do now. In the past year he's down by more than 99% or $73,290.20 and he's left with just $602.70. And his chart just immediately drops straight down and then slowly bleeds out. And apparently all his losses are from options, and I honestly expected him to lose money on a bunch of different options like most traders on WallStreetBets, but no, this guy is built different. He lost all of his money because on January the 4th of 2022 he decided to buy call options on INTU with a striking price at $720 and an expiration date on January the 20th of 2023. So he put everything into one option and Diamond handed it for almost a year. I just can't believe this. And year to date the stock is down by 39% and it would have to almost double just to get to the striking price. And his next move is a SPY call with a striking price at $450. Well, good luck to his remaining options. Next we have a huge gain by Jingle HS, who's not selling until Tesla is at $20. As we can see, he's up by 70% or almost 21k, and he's up by so much because he bought a lot of Tesla put options with striking prices at $6.67, $10, $43.43, $50 and $70, and expiration dates in 2023 and 2024. He bought them because he thinks Elon Musk is a fraud, and anyone could have seen that years ago. He doesn't give a f about his politics and free speech BS. That he's probably only doing so that when he's arrested he has something to blame it on. He thinks he's a fraud, a douche, and his house of cards is finally falling. And he luckily already sold his positions when Tesla stock hit $123 for a 34k profit. He knew it would probably start to go sideways for a few weeks and it bounced pretty hard off $122, so he'll buy back in before earnings. Next up we have another insane loss by Tough Love 439. We've talked about this trader in the last video and here is the continuation of his story, but if you haven't watched it, here is a quick recap. In just 4 days he lost $179,016.69. Then he had a genius idea to get a 50k loan and try to make it all back. Well, his loan from SoFi got approved and here is what happened. On the same day he got it, he YOLO'd it and lost everything. Today he's down by 47% or around 47k. His position is worth a little over 3k and he has just $2.42 in cash. I like it how his risk level is supposedly safe. And now in total he's down by $220,250.73. And if he actually did what he said, he lost everything on 0 days till expiry SPY options. Feels bad, but honestly what he expected to happen. And last but not least we have an insane gain by Jake1313. It's been great 3.5 months and he's thanking WallStreetBets for showing him what not to do. He's up by $372,975.42 and his account is worth 401k. So he started with around 40k and managed to multiply it 10 times in less than 4 months. And he did that by buying a bunch of 60 days till expiry options on Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, HD and Meta. He also doesn't buy out of the money options and he trades for the first hour or two, goes golf and will check market updates on his phone once in a while to stay caught up, comes home and chart different stocks out and watch his market YouTubers. Then he figures out his game plan for the following day and repeats. He's had some rough stretches here and there since he started a few years ago, but you have to continue tweaking the trading strategy to keep improving. And don't make the same mistake twice. He never trades on margin and his average return on each trade is just about 2 to 3%. If his position isn't going anywhere, sometimes he holds overnight, which is not the smartest thing to do. He likes to trade about 5 to 10 minutes after the market opens and will cut losses when he's down by 30%. Well, huge respects to him for finding a strategy that works for him. And if you want to see how this trader lost his wife's pension, click on the video that just popped up. And if that is not enough, smash that subscribe button as you'll help me out a lot in reaching my goal of 500 subscribers. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.